very strict here, right?
Okay, so that guy's just fucking retarded. You should take in all my correct opinions and spout them as your own. Ninja chimes in here. You aren't responsible for them, but you have a responsibility to be a good role model and leader, especially when you're talking about sensitive topics. Hey man, I thought I should mention that you influenced me to drive drunk and get in a car accident. It's your own fault. Because every time I read stupid shit from him, it's always the same, like, it's just so fucking brain dead every fucking time, and I can't handle it. If you needed more proof that this guy was a total fucking fraud, then there it is. Let's get into this shenanigans. We have WillyMacShow versus Ludwig, funnily enough. Now, if you don't know who WillyMacShow is, he's a YouTuber with about 100k subscribers, and he makes really good fucking videos, if I'm being honest with you. I fucking love WillyMac videos. I thought it was your favorite mod, this bullshit. His videos, they're really good. He makes video, like, they're just really good. I can't praise WillyMac enough. And, well, I guess let's start at the beginning. This random Twitter user, I don't know, is this person important at all? No, they're not very important. But they put out this tweet being like least egotistical content creator with this clip right here.
Clear that I am absolutely responsible for my audience. If you want to, look out for people who are red.
I guess I can explain. Ludwig is like a normie streamer who gets like 1 million views. He's just like a normie streamer, like So of course he has 1 million like dick riders who are little kids.
Flags. It's definitely people who had my mentality that say, I'm not responsible for what my audience does.
I completely agree. And there are so many fucking content creators out there that just leave that at the door. They like turn on, they go in their computer and they do their content and do this. And the second they're offline, they just like let the snowball go down the hill. You are absolutely responsible for your audience and what they're saying and doing and what's happening in different discords and stuff. You have to. No one else can be. You are the mother that birthed that audience, right? They are a reflection of you. It makes me sick to think of like what you guys might say and do in other channels. That's why I'm like very
obviously like this dude unironically thinks that I mean, the point that's being made here is that this guy is so fucking egotistical and full of himself that he thinks that unironically he can influence people. Like all of his fans like are a reflection of him. Like they're not individual people. They're all literally his reflection, which is fucking insane, dude. I don't think I influence, like, if I'm influencing anyone, then, like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You should not be influenced by me. I'm a bad, like, you should not be influenced by me. You should take in all my correct opinions and spout them as your own. No, but, like, yeah, dude, I'm responsible for my, anything that Abby Blackbird, the Joker, or ASAP Arts does, I am responsible for them, and I should be persecuted for what they do. It's such a fucking ridiculous a point. Like, I don't know. And I hope someone in this, like, fucking retard's audience does something terrible, so he gets blamed for it, because honestly, he fucking deserves it. But, yeah. So WillyMac quote tweets this by saying, "You are not responsible for your audience, unless you directly tell them to do something. They are their own people. If you have 100,000 viewers, statistically speaking, one of them is going to be unhinged. If 99 people like sarcastic humor and the 100th person doesn't get it, is it that my fault? No, it's theirs for being an idiot. We cannot stupid proof the world, otherwise we won't be able to do anything." Right? I completely agree. He is fucking spitting facts here, okay? Thank you, ASAPRs. But Ludwig responds here. He responds saying, "The argument that statistically, 1 in 100,000 people will be unhinged, so you have no responsibility on the other 999 is incredibly weak." So I'm egotistical myself, so I'm gonna look at my own reply first. But I replied by saying, "That's not the point, LMAO. Everyone in your audience is their own individual person, separate from you, so you shouldn't be persecuted for their actions. This is because every audience is bound to have a freak in it, and if you held creators responsible for their actions, then every creator would be in trouble." Right? So he's basically misinterpreting what WillyMac is saying. WillyMac isn't saying that you bear no responsibility because there's a freak in every audience. He's saying that because there's a freak in every audience, and if you did hypothetically hold everyone responsible for that one freak, then everybody would be in trouble, right? Like literally everybody who has like a substantial following. So yeah, that's what I was saying there. He says, feel free to read the thread before you comment. I'm down to have a conversation with you, either live or in private. Of course, Ludwig is going to deny that because he's just like... Ludwig is one of these freaks who rolls with like the Mizkif people, right? If you didn't know, right as Mizkif was coming back to streaming, Ludwig actually ran a defense, like a PR stunt, I guess you'd call it, where he like upload videos basically defending Mizkif after he initially condemned him, right? Because he's just basically part of like all these Twitch people who like eat each other's dicks constantly. It's fucking gross. And you should respect none of these top streamers, because honestly, all of them are the same, and they just dick ride each other constantly. It's literally like the bourgeoisie, okay? You should fucking hate these people. They're all awful. Ninja chimes in here. You aren't responsible for them, but you have a responsibility to be a good role model and leader, especially when you're talking about sensitive topics. Obviously, dude, if you stroll down to the thread, he's just...
What you say to me, you little shit?
It's just like an instant own, right? Because Ninja doesn't have a good track record himself of being a good person online, and honestly, you shouldn't feel obligated to be a good person online, right? Because if you're retarded enough to get influenced by people online, then there's no hope for you. There's no hope for you. Okay. Yeah. WillyMac had a good response to this though. I hope it's near the top. Fuck, I should just have it. Oh, actually no. Def Noodles has a really good response. While I agree that creators should aim to be good role models, aka not scamming their fans and being a piece of shit, it should also be acknowledged that not all values are universal and may be suggestive from one person to the next. Just in the political spectrum that qualifies as a good role model changes. Okay, actually, that's not the reply I thought it was. I thought he had a much better response to that. Where the fuck is WillyMac? This is not even a planned segment. I just wanted to do this on the whim because I thought it was funny. Where the hell is he, dude? There he is. When I made a YouTube account, I realized I signed up to be everyone's dad. 99% of viewers watch a YouTube video and then forget about it for the rest of the day. You guys think you're way more important than you are. I mean, true, dude. You're not anyone's dad. You're not here to parent anybody. You're just here to entertain people. And at the end of the day, that's all WillyMac aims to do. That's all I aim to do. And it's based to not care, okay? If we go back in the thread here, we have some more people shitting on him. Hey, man, I thought I should mention that you influenced me to drive drunk and get in a car accident. It's your own fault. See how crazy that is? That's because, if we find it here, he uploaded a video. I tried drunk driving legally. You did it wrong then. So, I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of hypocrisy there, where he's encouraging people to be good role models, but then he's also uploading videos about drunk driving, I guess. Now, I doubt within the video he actually fucking drunk drove, but... I mean, that'd be fucking insane if he actually drunk drove. He, like, uploaded a YouTube video drunk driving through the street. But, I mean, yeah. What? Yeah. So, some interesting responses to this. Of course, I'm pretty sure, yeah, dumb fuck Ryan Beard had to jump in and say some retarded... I'm not even going to dignify what Ryan Beard said by reading it, right? Because every time I read stupid shit from him, it's always the same, like... It's just so fucking brain dead every fucking time, and I can't handle it. Ryan Beard is unironically one of the most, like, brain dead people on the entire Twitter sphere, bro. But yeah, lots of people. And then let me pull up this clip right here from MAGA Edits. MAGA Edits, luckily, is always clipping things, and it's epic just because I don't have to do the work to find it if she does.
It was someone saying,
here it is. So this is him talking about it on stream. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, it is really funny. This is him talking about it on stream. I don't know why MAGA sped this up so much, though. It was a bit cringe.
statistical content creator, and it was in response to Sans saying this.
Absolutely responsible for your audience and what they're saying and doing and what's happening in different discords and stuff. You have to. No one else can be. You are the mother that birthed.
Maybe the individual people who are doing the actions are responsible for it. This guy's so fucking retarded.
That audience, right? They are a reflection of you. It makes me sick to think of like what you guys might say and do in other channels. That's why I'm like very strict here, right?
And then I think the take from this person, homosexual, was least egotistical creator, because it's very egotistical to think that you have that much of a command over another human. So I think that's where the ego comes in. You know, you are one of many creators that people consume. You don't have that much of an impact.
A lot of people.
What I view it as is like inaction births action. So this person's take
fuck.
was, you are not responsible for your audience unless you tell them to do something. So like, hey, let's go hate raid Pokey, like that Gideon clip from back in the day. But I think if we're talking about Chris Mr. Beast and a bunch of people in my chat start saying, Chris, you yuck Dan's game, or saying maybe more outwardly transphobic shit, and I do nothing about it, then it's kind of like a safe space for that type of rhetoric.
Who cares though, right? What harm is being done by a bunch of people like memeing on Chris from Mr. Beast in your chat? Like, who cares? That's not real harm. Like, when I think of harm, I think of like real world fucking pain coming to people. I don't think of mean things being said about them on the internet. Like, who cares? That's not harm. That's funny.
Rhetoric. And that can, but I fundamentally agree with Stans that the community you form based off the actions you take will make it a more positive place than negative. And I think,
who cares, dude? Negative communities are really funny. Like, Chud Logic openly admits that his community is pretty toxic and negative. And I fucking love Chud Logic's community. I thrive in Chud Logic's community because it's funny. It's fun to be in his community, but it's not for everyone. And if his community is not for you, then fucking leave and don't be in his community.
people are too willing to say, I am not responsible, and having a lot of inaction in not forming a better community. But like, I also don't care to argue it. You know, like I stay in my own lane.
It's just so fucking pretentious. Like him saying you have to have this like good community, right? You have, it's your responsibility. Like, I don't even know how to fucking word this, but it's like, he's basically saying like, you have to act this way or else you are morally incorrect. It's incredibly cringe. I don't know how you can think like this.
I try to make sure I have a nice place, but I cannot police the internet, nor do I care to. But I did think this phrase here, if you have 100...
Well, yeah, but you're being a moral frog, right? That's the nice way to say it. You're being a moral frog.
1,000 viewers.
You're not policing anyone, but you're just being like, yeah.
Statistically speaking, one of them is going to be unhinged. Is just like a pointless thought.
I mean, again, he's misinterpreting Willy's argument, like I pointed out in this tweet right here.
I don't know what the implication of this sentence is. I don't know why it was included. But to me, it
Hashtag
felt like,
would.
okay, if I have 100,000 viewers, statistically speaking, one is going to be unhinged. So I don't have to worry if any are unhinged. Is just kind of, I don't even know how that is an argument in the first place.
It's because you're misinterpreting it. And then you say in this clip multiple times, I don't care to argue, I don't care to argue. You're just saying something and you're not really engaging with it. And that's the problem. I mean, if you needed more proof that the guy was a total fucking fraud, then there it is. Because he's misinterpreting the argument, and then when people try and correct him, he's saying, I don't care to argue, I don't care to argue, I'm gonna close my ears and not listen. Like, I don't know how you can take that seriously.
I don't know what the idea of it is. So I just chimed in and I said the argument that statistically 1 out of 100,000 people will be unhinged, so you bear no responsibility on the other 99,999 is weak, which I stand by. I think it's a very weak argument. I don't understand why that would say that. I don't understand the bearing on that of that sentence. And then there was a bunch of replies to that, including Ninja, who said you aren't responsible for them, but you have responsibility to be a good role model and leader, especially when you're talking about sensitive topics. Which I don't care to argue it any further. I just thought this was dumb. I thought it was dumb. It was on my timeline, and I'm a reply guy on Twitter, so I replied and I said I don't get this. I think this is a weak argument. I think there's
and then I didn't engage further because I'm a piece of shit.
a lot of decent arguments to why you bear no responsibility. I think that's not one of them. I think it's a bad argument.
Okay, how does he get out of?
That's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of all there was there. A fun little side drama we could cover here at the end of the stream. Oh my gosh.
Walking in the look you in the face.